Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. I am drinking a little bit of water here because hydration is important. But I also have my mug here because that is the most important. And we have a panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs. Okay, I just felt like dancing today, y'all. But you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States, Canada and Mexico. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period. Oh no, Jack. Not the chipmunk.
Not even a chipmunk.
No.
That's like a
That was
squirrel. I
a
don't know.
squirrel robot chippy. No. Not. You think we cutting that out? Absolutely not. We not. We're keeping
Oh,
that all in there. Let's go to David.
we'll go to
Well,
David.
yeah.
Yes, so I'm David Healy, and I was trying to think of something clever to say, but this episode really didn't give me anything worth taking to reference. So I'm just gonna say I have water, and there went a remote.
You
What a mess!
what a mess we got
What a
going on
mess!
here.
Are you muted? Oh,
Hi.
Uh, Hi, my name is Jack. I'm the resident game designer of the panel. My microphone sometimes works. And you know what? We got an interesting vote on
Did-
paper only. So I will take what we can get out of a pretty lackluster endgame.
yeah. I said before we were recording, it was the most interesting, least interesting
Mhm.
vote ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my purple era. I'm feeling very purple. I have everything purple because oh, what y'all did to Morgan, I'm still mad at, but now I'm trying to understand and put the pieces together. After this season is over, Morgan, I need you to come talk to me. Holla at your girl. Tell me what's going on. Who I need to come after. Who pissed you off, girl? Because this just not making sense. It's not adding up. But Morgan, just know I got you. I got your back. You've been Team Lana since day one. You was my first pick because I got you. So who I need to, roll up on, I will do that for you. But anyway, we are here talking Survivor Australia episode 22. And yes, I'm this episode was an episode that was just it had a great build up and it let me go, yeah, I'm sitting at the edge of my seat. I'm excited. What's gonna happen? Can it happen? Will it happen? Won't it happen? Oh my God, it might happen. No, it's never gonna happen. It's,
See,
Yeah.
it's
I told you all. I was worried after the Rock episode. I'm like, this is where the season might get a little boring because we might just see the other people just picked off one by one by one. And spoiler for those that have not seen how this ends, but yes, it happened. All three of the Brawn women were picked off one by one by one.
just one by one by one. And it's like, okay.
Uh,
Well, and I mean, honestly, that is not my problem. I don't mind if that was going to happen. Just don't be messing with my emotions. Don't be messing with me like that. Don't act like, oh, this is possible. But we should have known better. When we saw who it came down to, who was the deciding factor in all of this, I should have known better. At that second, I should have said, take your feelings out the door. It's never happening. I should have. I
yeah.
should have just thrown them away and be like, it's never going to happen because this person has disappointed me over and over and over again this season. And apparently, it just doesn't stop with this one. It just never ends with this one. But oh, I'm annoyed. We're gonna talk about it. I done went too far already, but we need to say we are on a mission here at this Cup TV and across the Cup Network to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you should go and do that right now. Please and thank you. We appreciate you. If this is your first time watching us, where have you been? We've been here for 22 episodes. Like, hello, but thank you. And subscribe. And subscribe to all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links. So if you need to check us out on the go, that is where you click and that is where you follow. That is where you get all your audio podcast needs. Also, our Patreon is down there as well. You can check us out behind the scenes, early access, exclusive content. That's things that won't come out on the channel, but you will have access to watch. You should check that out because we got a lot of fun things heading your way. And then there's that. Okay, this episode. Morgan's gone. And everybody's like, yeah, we knew that was happening. That's fine. It is what it is. Kate's like, I know where I stand in this tribe. I'm pretty much a sitting duck. And it is what it is. And everybody's like, yeah, I mean, things could happen. Anything could happen. And we see Miles pull Zara aside for a conversation. I'm like, okay, all right. And they're talking. And they say, Miles is like, I mean, the easy thing to do probably would have been to get out Kaylin at this point, right? If he doesn't win. But he could win. So I don't know. But I don't think I want to do that. What if we take out AJ? And I was like, oh, not what I expected you to say. He was like, I know, because I'm diabolical and I'm saying, let's get out my best friend in this game. And she's like, I mean, in that moment, I should have said, it is never going to happen. I should have said, it's never going to happen with this one because she just.
The funny thing is, like, every time somebody approaches her with a plan this episode, even the times that she is interested in it, she always looks like,
Mm,
Mm. Yeah,
no,
like
very.
she
no.
always looks like, no, I'm not feeling this idea.
She's.
And then she'll tell us in confessional, I think that's a kind of interesting idea. I might want to do that. I'm like, why is
What,
your
girl?
face saying the opposite? Your
Your
face
face
says
say
no.
no.
Look. The producers were like, hey, look, I know that you already have the plan you want to do in mind. But this episode is so boring if you don't say that. So I'm just going to need you to say to camera like a couple times, wow, this plan is really interesting. Wow, this plan might change my mind.
Just
Did we get the takes? Cool.
I don't know. It's so like you said, every time somebody brings up something, her face is like, hmm, uh-uh, I'm not feeling that.
Mm,
And I'm like, are you feeling it or not? Like, is it a good plan or not? Like, but see, what bothers me is that every time somebody brings up AJ to her, it's like she has this blinders on for AJ. And every time somebody brings up AJ, she goes, You think?
mm.
You think this is the right time? And then she'll go in confessionals and be like, oh, it's such an interesting plan. Miles has an interesting brain. And I'm like, girl,
And hasn't she been saying like she wanted to go to the final three with Miles and Kaylin? So
why is
why is AJ a bad idea?
but she's so stuck. Baby, Kate is living rent free in a penthouse apartment in Zara's brain. Like she is living rent free, board free. She got a car, Wi-Fi, and everything just set up in her brain, and she cannot break. Kate can do. Kate can win like I can. We need to get Kate. I think it's time to get Kate. Before, yes, the other episode before Morgan left, she was so stuck on Kate until she couldn't do Kate. And it was just like, okay, now you just can't. And now she's right back on it. Like, I mean, well, what about Kate? Wouldn't it be interesting? Miles is looking at the long run. Like, I don't want to go to the end with AJ, Kaylin. Those are two people I'm not trying to go to the end with. But apparently, you trying to go to the end with people who you ain't gonna be. And
I
Miles is,
see I see some logic in wanting Kate out from her
I
position
see it
because
too.
Kate, like I get it now that the people are like, oh yeah, Kate can go. But the closer you get to the end, the more enticing taking a person like Kate, who really hasn't done much, and you're just dragging her to the end. That could be super enticing. So getting rid of her, you have three other really big targets that are gonna want to take out each other before Zara. So I can understand that,
Yeah.
but
So
I don't know.
boring.
I know.
It's so boring, and also like if they just pitch their case the right way, congratulations, you're now the goat of the tribal, and there's basically nothing you can do about it. Like, if they can say, oh, I played with Zara most of the game. Here's how all of the moves Zara made are actually mine in tandem, and then here are my moves. Like,
Mhm.
for multiple of the post grads, that's an option.
Hmm.
So,
And
I mean,
what's kind of interesting about Australian Survivor, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure uh, it's not like US Survivor where the further you go in the season, the more money you get.
Right.
I'm pretty sure second place gets the same amount of money that 24th place gets. Like it doesn't matter.
I can probably agree with
I
you
could
on
not
that
tell
one.
you.
But I can say, but I just think it's so interesting because it's like she was like listening to all the ideas before the challenge, which you should do and listen to and get a feel of what everybody is saying. But when she's hearing all these plans, and I'm like, if you're hearing a really good plan, a really interesting plan, why do you now hear another plan and like, oh, well, that could be better? No, it's not. It's not even remotely better. It's not even like Kaylin comes up to her and is like, okay, we should just vote out Kate here. We put two of us to vote on Kate, two of us to vote on Miles, and that's just that because we know Miles has an idol. So two vote on Kate, two vote on Miles. If Miles uses it on himself, he's safe. Kate goes, win-win. And I'm like, okay, sure, sure. And like you said, David, I can see Zara's reasoning for wanting to get rid of Kate. But I feel like you could have did that in the next round and you could have got out of because what Zara does not have right now is a strong resume. And they kept talking about resumes so many times in this episode. We heard resume after resume after resume. And I'm like, if you're trying to build your resume, doing a move like the the silver platter Miles handed to you, like literally handed you a plan that could go on your resume at the end of the game, and you said, oh, okay, let me think about it. And then you thought about it and then you put it in your back pocket and went to tribal with it. And you left it in your back pocket. Spoiler alert. But whatever. Like, I don't get it. If somebody's handing you moves that you desperately need, Kate is not a move you needed. Like, Kate is not going to impress anybody in that jury. Kate is
Mhm.
not going to be the person who say, "Oh, she got out Kate. That was huge for her." No, you know what your hugest moment up until this point right now, Zara, is you snaking Laura out of her itinerary because that's what it was. Her advantage that she thought she had. That was the best move you did was to get yourself off of one tribe and onto a tribe where you have more people behind you. That's the best move you have so far. And you know what that did? Pissed off Laura, who is the mayor of the dang jury, who pissed probably telling everybody that Zara ain't the one, Zara ain't the one, Zara ain't the one, she ain't the one. And all you got in there is Karen, who folds like like a origami paper to everybody who talked to her. So like I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm annoyed, but this episode pissed me off, y'all. I'm sorry, it just pissed me
Maybe
off.
Yeah.
maybe she's proving she can stick with the 4-person alliance.
To be fourth. Oh, okay. Well, maybe
She's
not
like,
fourth
I
anymore,
couldn't
but
make that work for the witches covens, but we'll make it
my
work
kid,
for postgraduates.
and then have all Logan and Zara, I mean Logan and Laura and Karen looking at her like, oh, so you couldn't make it work with us, but you can make it work with. Okay, all right, girl, we see you. It's just, it's just. More conversations because we did have AJ and Kaylin talking, and they talked about what they should think. Because AJ is like, I need Kaylin in this game. Kaylin is my final, my end game, and I need Kaylin in this game. And I'm like, why? Not that I want Kaylin to go anywhere. I don't. I want Kaylin to win this whole thing. That's just me. But I'm like, AJ, why do you think you need Kaylin in this game to win? Because I feel like AJ is so comfortable in this game that he thinks he already got it won. He thinks he has his game sewn up, wrapped up in the bag, and all he got to do is get to the end, and they go present it to him in a bow with a bow. Like, and I'm like,
You
do
still
you
have like
not
3 rounds of gameplay.
right?
Like 2 or 3 at least.
He
And
also
you don't. Go ahead.
he also said that he feels like Miles played the same game as him, but not as good. And I'm like, well, I actually don't think that you think that. I think you're actually worried that maybe the jury would think Miles played a better version of your game if you're more dependent on having Kalen around than Miles.
And even then, Logan and I talked yesterday about how like
You talked to
how
Logan?
I know, crazy fact. I talked to Logan. No, not that one. But Logan and I even yesterday were talking about like Miles and AJ's games are not. I mean, they are similar in terms of moves, but Miles has been playing the underdog game where he's always been the other name and had to consistently fight. AJ has never come up, and everyone's just been annoyed at him. Like, though, they're similar games in a way of like trying to consistently cause chaos, but it's one from more of a power position and one from more of an underdog position.
And one has found 4 idols.
And one has found 4 idols. One has pissed off more than 4 people. So
I just feel the social part of AJ's game is what's lacking a little bit. Miles might not be the most liked, but I think his game would be the most respected. AJ's game, I don't think will be respected because he's just not likable to a lot of people in that jury. And the way he sent people out and the way he talked, like that whole pre-merge hostage situation is still lingering in those people's heads. Like you literally was like ready to give us up for what reason? Like you like throw the challenge so we can send them home. And we lost a lot of people along the way who we didn't need to lose because of the games you were playing. And so that's going to stick in his head. His feud with Logan from the beginning of this game is not going to just easily go out of her brain. I feel like she holds grudges. She just ain't gonna be happy. And I think AJ is so confident in the game that he's playing that he just thinks I just need to sit next to Kaylin because Kaylin is a GOAT. All Kaylin can say is he won challenges. And that is not all that man can say. And so I don't think he realizes what Kaylin has been doing. And his social game is way better. Nobody was going after Kaylin. Even when he wasn't winning individual immunity, his name was never being brought up before. Like nobody even said if Kaylin wins, if Kaylin doesn't win immunity, we go take him out. That didn't happen till recently when Miles said it. So even then, his social game was way better than AJ's game. And so I think he's just thinking I strategized the best and da da da. I had everybody doing with my business. You were doing other people's bidding too. You were doing the dirty work, putting your face out there, doing what Kaylin was telling you to do behind the scenes, and he could take his hands off of it. So I don't know. I don't think AJ realizes in that how the people who he's trying to go his way to the end with actually has a good story to tell the jury if they
Mhm.
know how to express it correctly. Just find it interesting.
Mhm. Should we
Very
hop into this challenge though?
I do think
yeah.
so because this really is
Mhm.
immunity challenges. The high step challenge, the classic step over into these traps.
I would be
But
so
this,
bad at this.
oh, I was stuck at this. My knees just are not good, people.
Mm.
But I would triple, and I'm clumsy too. On top of that, so I would knock that thing over every time. But they had to hook blocks together on a pole, carry it through the high step rings, and put the blocks on top of stack the blocks without knocking them over, and get back without knocking them over. Don't hit the thing because it will knock over. So it was funny because Kalen walked in. He was like, "Oh, I am not gonna be good at this." And then I was like, "They're like, if you gotta go under it or over it." I was like, "They go under it." I was like, "Nah, you going over it." And yeah, I was like, "This is either a
How
Kate
could you
or a
go
Zara
under it?
challenge." I mean, they had room, but they could have slid on their bellies under it if they wanted them to. But
Yeah, but I honestly don't. I feel like you would end up bumping the top more often than not. Like
absolutely,
that might
How
have
would you get your
honestly been
pole
harder.
back out?
that I don't think he saw the poll at the time when he said it.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't think he saw the poll at the time he said that because this was them walking in and they were like, "Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna be good at this." But yes, they have to high step their way through the thing and put the blocks, stack the blocks. Sure. And the first person to get 12 blocks stacked and get back to their stand without knocking it over, win. And Kaylin got out to a fast start.
I know. I was rooting for him. I know it's lame. It's lame that I
I
want
was
this
rooting
guy to
for him
win so
too.
many challenges,
Me
but
too.
I'm like, keep it going. I was like AJ because AJ's
Me
like,
too.
oh yeah, he can just win the rest of the challenges. I'm like, yep, that's
I
what I
agree with
want to
that.
see.
I was like, AJ, for once, I agree with you.
Right.
Because I want Kalen to win every challenge up until.
I know he would be like if he won every challenge, he could be at
Yeah.
nine challenges.
9, 8
Yep.
or 9, depending on
It-
how
I think
deep
it's
we're
three
going.
more. I think
Because
it's
it would
three
have
more
been 7
challenges.
this episode, and then
Yep. This
two
would have been
the
seven.
next two.
Yep.
He could have been at
Yeah.
9. He would have destroyed the records
The records, yeah, it would have been like nobody is coming to take that record. Kalen
ever.
will be forever in the history books of Australian Survivor. I would have loved that for him. I
Mhm.
personally would have loved that for him. But um, we see him going, but then as the challenge go, I was like, yeah, no, this ain't for him because he was too good. I almost thought like, oh, he gonna do this. Kaylin is gonna prove everybody wrong. 'Cause I don't know if y'all see this,
Me.
right? I don't know if y'all see this when JLP is start like, and they all lined up and they're like, get ready to start. Kaylin just goes into a whole different person at that start line. His zone face is intense because he was like standing up there. He was like, and Jay's like, "Are you ready?" He was just like, it's just like it just
Mm,
came on his. I was like, "Oh, he can turn it on when he's ready to turn it on." And baby, he turned
He
it
looked like
on.
Zara listening to people's
Right?
pitches.
It's like he was laser focused. Like, okay, and he just went.
fully
I thought
locked in.
fully locked in, and he was doing really good. He got all the way to 10
He was on his 11th
blocks.
one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and then it just tumbled. And I was like, ah. So then AJ was in the lead, but then AJ stopped. His father. Then Miles was in the lead. Then he tumbled. Then Kate was in the lead, and then she tumbled. And then Kayla was coming back, and Zara was like slow and steady. But she was stacking her blocks perfectly. Like they
Mhm.
were like straight line. Like everybody else's was kind of crooked. They didn't take the time to try to fix it with the pole because you couldn't touch the blocks. You could only use the pole. But Zara was just like, all right. Uh-huh. She was very much the tortoise and the tortoise in the hare because she was moving slow, methodical, and she was lining that up. And Miles was on his last one, and Zara was on her last one. And Miles, you could just see it. You just saw it happen. It was just like that thing was like he was putting it up, And she's like, I was like, oh. And
Oh,
it was, oh, and I was like,
well,
crap. Well, Julie, and for the first time in 6 episodes, it feels like forever. I had to change the banner.
oh my
And
God.
our immunity challenge winner is Zara. Good on you, girl.
Good job. She did well.
She did. She ate that up, and I was like, good on you, girl. Good on you. But it was in these moments that I was like, girl, please do what we talked about.
Mhm.
Just do it.
Please
Uh,
make a move.
I
Do
know.
anything.
I don't want to know yet, but I'm really curious what you all like. We'll talk about it
something.
later. What
Make a
was
move.
the best move for her? Because I have an
Did
idea.
she make a move? Did she make a move? Miles went right back to her and was like, so this is what we can do. We can get out AJ right now. We can get out AJ. And she's like, and I thought, I don't know about you. Yes, David, the face. It's like, I thought she was about to go tell AJ. Did y'all think she was about to go tell AJ
I did.
when
I
her and AJ
absolutely
was
did.
having that conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I was like, she about to tell AJ. Is she about to tell AJ right now?
She sure seemed like she was about to.
I think she was trying to tell him without just saying outright saying it because she was like, so you think Miles is she's like, Miles is going after Kaylin. She's like, you think? Nobody else?
Hmm.
And he was like, yeah, for sure it's going after Kaylin. And she's like, okay.
Miles admitted to that much.
Yeah, he said that point. So he was like, yep, he's going after Kaylin. So we have to try to, save Kaylin and just get out Kate. And she's like, okay, all right. So she goes back to Miles and is like, he is totally blinded by you.
Mm.
He does not think you're going to vote him out. And she's like, Miles like, I know. He just feels very safe and secure that I'm going to take him to the end.
What's funny is I think if Zara lost this challenge, I think AJ might have been going for her.
Oh, you
Because
see?
because he's had such a close relationship with all three of the other people. So I bet he was like, shoot, when Zara won, he's like, dang it, I finally have to cut my crush.
He was any more time just to see look in Kate's eyes a little bit longer. I think he would have loved that.
Mhm.
Maybe you might not be wrong. He might have went after Zara at that point if she didn't win. Huh.
Just
If Kate would have won that because she's off the table now, and they would have had to cannibalize within themselves. I think
Do they?
because I think he knows
Hmm.
Miles has an idol, so
Mhm.
he probably would have went after
Yep.
Zara.
But yeah, between Zara and Kaylin,
He wasn't
it's
picking
a
Kaylin.
pretty done deal. I mean, if Kate is safe and Miles idols himself, I think Kaylin gets the boot from other people. But
Kate will vote for Kaylin.
Kate votes
I think Kate
Kaylin.
votes Kaylin. Miles votes AJ.
Miles votes AJ. Kate might.
What? AJ votes Zara.
AJ votes Zara.
So
Oh
Zara
God.
will be the deciding vote again.
Well, Kate. I mean,
That's
Kate
if
still.
Kate is safe.
That's if Kate is safe, but
Mhm.
Kate's still voting matters here.
That's what I'm saying. I think Kate votes Kaylin.
Yeah. I mean, that's what she did now. So I don't see why that
Yeah.
would change.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Kate will vote Kaylin. Miles votes AJ. AJ
So
votes Zara.
does almost no matter what the person it almost always boils down to who Zara votes here because everyone wants different things? Like,
Yeah.
is that almost
But
guaranteed
now
what
that
happens
Kate
during
is
this
out
vote?
of yeah, but now that Kate is out of the question, and Zara doesn't know Miles has an idol for sure. She's just like,
She's pretty confident, but not super confident.
right. So I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
I
either.
don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know at this
know.
point. But Miles is trying to get Zara on board with the plan. It's like, here's the plan. Please just listen to the plan. And she's like, I'm thinking about it. She tried to tell AJ slyly without telling AJ. Um, he's just she just she just like, nah, this is what it is. And I don't know. I could not read her, but like I said, once I saw it came down to her vote,
Hmm.
I should have easily just took the emotion out of them. Like, okay, yeah, I can never get nice things. I can never get
Especially
nice things
because
with her.
I thought she was about to go through her pros and cons for everybody, but she's like, "Well, here are the pros to get rid of Kate.
Just
Where are the cons?
oh, where's the cons, girl?
And where's it
Because
for everybody else?"
like, I want you to just listen to yourself. Like,
Mm,
listen to yourself. It's oh,
Ah,
I can't with her. But we see a lot of way too much conversation, in my opinion. I'll be honest. I was like, we can get to tribal anytime because this back and forth and around in
yeah,
circles, it's really starting to piss me off.
I felt the
Especially
same way.
it's just around and round and round in circles at this point. Like AJ's trying to get Kate, trying to get vote out Kate. We'll do this 2-2 split and then revote. Like, come on. I'm sick of this.
no one is agreeing on a name. Everyone is lying to each other. I mean, let's get to the point.
It's ridiculous. So we're just gonna get to tribal because tribal happens and we get to tribal, the jury comes in and there's no Morgan. And I was like, where's Morgan? Anybody? And I was like, and so JLP was like, you notice Morgan is not there. She decided to leave the game. And I was like, say what?
That's
Why was she
suspicious.
that's suspicious. Why did she decide to leave the game 3 days before the game is over?
Hmm.
And she
Uh-huh.
was sitting in jury, showering, eating, not doing survivor stuff anymore. Why would she decide to leave the game? Huh. Like I said,
Peculiar.
Yeah,
like I said,
I wonder if there were any like hints to that for her jury villa.
I
Did you all
wonder.
Cur-
watch that?
I
Uh,
hadn't watched hers. I haven't
so,
watched it yet.
small problem, David. There is none.
There isn't one for yesterday.
I could very well be corrected, but actually, I believe I have a way to check it. Give me about 2 seconds, but I'm like 90% confident one doesn't exist. She didn't have an exit interview, so like an exit confessional or anything.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
No, she did
no,
not.
she had nothing.
Nothing. They
Uh,
purpled her right out of this whole thing.
yeah.
Hmm.
And for reasons that I say, good on fucking her. But she deserved better. Let me double check. Keep talking.
I didn't see anything. I saw a jury villa thing pop up, but it wasn't
I
like the
did too.
normal jury villa things that usually pops up about the jury villa. So I was like, is that hers? I don't know, but I didn't watch it. But she's not there. She's gone. And
Hmm.
she left. And so I was like, oh, okay. Morgan, by the way, if you hear me, tell us what happened, girl. Who I need to bop because you was my girl. And I'm mad that they gave you such a purple edit. I hate it. Hate it, hate it. But so a lot of questions from JLP. What does this vote mean? We're at the final five. How's your vote going to come into play? What does this vote mean? Kate, are you nervous being the only Braun girl? Is Kate in anybody's in-game plans? Could she be a part of anybody's in-game plan? Are we thinking about the in-game? Whose in-game are we talking about? Whose plan is going forward tonight? Who do we think I'm just like, it's a lot of questions, JLP. I know you gotta feel the time. I get it. I just want to get to this vote because I'm still like, is Zara going to do what plan is she going to do? Because she literally has all the power to do whatever she wants to do in this moment. She could have sent anybody home. All of them had votes.
She could have sent
It's
herself
fine.
home.
Except her. She had the necklace.
Zara could have stepped up, taken the necklace off, and said, "Actually, I vote to eliminate myself."
Myself. She could have
And
VJ
JLP
sold
looks and
herself.
goes, "Congratulations, you created a 1-1-1-1-1. Nothing has changed. We're going to a revote."
Rocks.
Rocks.
And then Zara
Wild.
complains, "Oh my god, I never get what I want."
It's
But yes, I can confirm that Morgan seemingly did not have a jury villa based on herself.
Okay.
okay. Well, there we go. A lot of this tribal was mostly like everybody trying to figure out
Yeah.
what their in-game plans were going to be, and it's doing a lot of PC answers. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, all of us could be a threat to each other. No, I'm not thinking about one person to take to the.
It was kind of like paint by numbers, generic jury or
Right, Chat GPT.
yeah.
How do I respond in the final five or final six jury?
Yeah.
But it was just like blah 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 blah. Just no. I was just like, okay.
I know. I was zoning out, to be honest. I was worried that the season might like lose its luster a little bit near the end. And it kind of is. Like because I was like, this is a top 3 Australian Survivor season, but now it's been reduced to top 5. It's still in the top half for now, but it's just not as exciting as 4 other seasons that I can think of.
I just think they needed to. It's just people playing so scary and so passive aggressive, and it's just like, I don't know about you, but if somebody is getting on my nerves, and I've been wanting them gone, and I'm sick of the
On your
chaos
nerves?
on your nerves. Wrong channel there. But like if I'm tired of the chaos and we are down to final 5, I need to get rid of some of this chaos. And how do I get rid of some of said chaos? I send the chaos home. And you've been saying it drives me nuts. It's so insane. They try to do stuff at the last minute every single time. And I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed. But you keep them. So like y'all, I'm so freaking annoyed. But we get to the vote because blah 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 blah. And we get to the vote and we see Jalen writes down Miles. We see AJ write down Kate with a heart. We see Miles write down AJ. And we see Kate write down Jalen. So I'm
It's a
like,
square.
1 1 1 1. Oh, Zara's
It's a
race.
Ouroboros with the snake eating the snake eating the snake.
Right. And so it came down to Zara's vote. And the jury was like, oh, is it? Oh my God. Is it?
And Miles played his idol. Did we say that?
Forgot it because it was so stupid and ridiculous. And I mean, it was right because he had to play it because it was the last time he could play it. Miles had another idol. Everybody's like, that was a 4th idol. Great.
And this is the only idol Miles didn't play correctly. And it's because
he kind of did because he got a vote like everybody else got a vote. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just annoyed.
I hate this timeline.
Okay, Jack, do you want to do what Kate did when her torch was snuffed? What does
I'm
she
not
do?
having that on the internet. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't need that footprint. I don't need that footprint.
Come on, Lana, do it.
Baby, if I do it, I can't get back up
I
again.
know, that's
Kayla's
same here. I'm
20.
like, I'm 40 now.
I am 40 something, and I refuse. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could do it, but I don't really want to.
Dip it low, pick it up
Be love
slow.
slow.
I'll pick it up
Hey,
really slow.
really slow. Like, help me up, please. But Kate is gone for whatever reason because
Mhm.
Zara is Zara.
Okay,
But
can we?
AJ is mad.
Mhm.
AJ said, "Did you vote for me?" Looks at my husband. I was like, "I sure did." And AJ's like,
Why would you admit that?
"What
Why
you
would you
admit to?"
admit that?
I mean,
Oh,
it's gonna be hard to
It's gonna be
avoid.
hard to immediately deny, but like let him breathe
I guess you could
first.
have taken
he
credit
said
for
Kate did it.
it.
I
Yep,
was like,
I voted for
Kate.
Caitlin.
I voted for
Exactly.
Caitlin. Like I said, I voted for Caitlin, so it must have been Kate. Yeah.
No. Okay, can we talk about what each of us thinks would have been the right move for Zara here? Because Zara has all control. Everybody has canceled
Yes.
out their own votes by voting in a square.
Yeah.
So Zara has 100% control to make the perfect move here. What is the perfect move, Lana?
The perfect move is to either get rid of AJ or Caitlin.
Commit.
Not good enough.
Honestly,
Say
the
it,
perfect
Eddie.
move is to get rid of AJ because
Okay.
that's the biggest move on the resume, and because the jury hates them. If anybody gets out AJ, who they all can't stand, the jury is like, "I'm on your side."
Okay.
100% the correct answer is AJ. Zara has a storyline of being pissed off that every single time she wants to make a move, AJ shuts her out at the last minute. So take the final nail, know what AJ is trying to spin, and say, AJ, you're done, and it's my choice. Take that
And,
power back.
and because AJ's name has never been like came out in votes and things like that, AJ don't have a whole lot of votes against him, and so
Mhm.
it's like now the first time AJ is really in danger and he feels absolutely untouchable. For him to be blindsided like that would have been incredible.
Mhm. Here's my thinking. If you look at it from the jury's perspective and you're thinking like who's making the moves here, it's easy to go to AJ, it's easy to go to Miles, and Kalen, even though he hasn't been making a lot of the moves, he still has like a big story with all of the immunity wins. So if I'm Zara, I'm like, I don't want to add to any of these guys resume in the end. I don't want to give them any more reason to show that I'm being a lackey for them. I would have taken this opportunity to be like, Kate, guess what? We're locking in. We're voting together. We're voting out Kaylin together. And what happens when you vote out Kaylin? You go back to camp. AJ just got a vote from Miles. So that relationship is rocky. Kate, who you just worked with, just got a vote from AJ. So that relationship is rocky. I think that would put her in the best position amongst the final four, where everybody is kind of looking to Zara for that person that's going to stick with them because they can't trust the people they thought they could trust. And Zara has more agency with the jury by being the deciding vote to take out the biggest threat when it comes to challenges. And I think it would have really helped propel her to the final two and given her a little bit of a resume boost. So I would not have wanted Caitlin to go, but I think that strategically that would have been the best move for her.
I can see that.
I can see that.
I can see that, but I would hate
I
it.
can see your all's perspective too, for sure.
I feel like either Kaylin, like I said, that's why I said either Kaylin or AJ would have been the better choice
Mm-hmm.
for her to take out besides Kate. AJ, strategic threat. People would have had, I think that takes away AJ from Kaylin. That takes away AJ from Kate. That would have put Zara right in that middle, right in that middle. And Kaylin already knows Miles is coming for him. So he don't trust Miles either. So who is Kaylin go run to? Zara. So I think if she would have took out AJ, it would have freed Kaylin and Kate
Mhm.
up for her. If she would have took out the Kaylin, like you said, your scenario, everybody's now mad at each other.
Yeah.
AJ mad at Miles, Kate mad at AJ. So yeah.
My biggest thing against voting out AJ is Miles takes ownership of that move. You know,
He
I don't
could.
want him owning anything else. He
I
already
mean,
has plenty to own.
I guess he does kind of take over it, but at the same time, Zara could say, I could have decided to do anything else. I saw the writing on the wall. I said that I want AJ gone.
Right.
Miles was purely a vote in that direction. I could have voted Kaylin, and in that case, you could make a very similar argument that Kate helped control that vote, and I don't think that makes any sense.
All right. I just think she could take ownership of either move and be like, I was the deciding factor because everybody told me who they were voting for, and I had to make the decision who I wanted to go. Miles told me he was voting for AJ. Kaylin told me he was voting for Miles. Kate told me she was voting for Kaylin. So I knew where everybody's vote was going, and it landed on me to make that decision. Now you say that, and then say, and I made the decision to vote out Kate. You had all the power, and you used that on Kate. Girl, get out of here.
What's
When you could
funny?
have took her out before, like in the next round.
Mhm. What's funny about this is that we have our final four, and they're all original Brain.
Yep.
And we like the original Brain tribe may have been one of the messiest tribes we've ever seen.
Oh, yes.
And if you had told me that they were going to have the final four, I would have been like, "You are crazy! You are crazy!"
I would have never
Especially
said the
not
final four.
this Final Four.
No,
I
There's
would have never
like,
said this final four. No.
if you told me, oh yeah, we'd have like Karen and Laura and Logan, I would have been like, yeah, you know what? That
Mhm.
actually makes sense. They
Not for me.
AJ,
Kaylin is not the most.
the man who's been taking hostages. What do you mean he's in the
Right.
Final Four?
No, he should not even be here. He should not.
Miles, the person
Miles,
that people were going after so hard for just breathing.
like I said, I don't think I said at the beginning, I didn't think none of these Brains women were going to win. I didn't think any of the women were winning this game. And I still don't believe a woman is winning this game. Because Lara's not winning this game to me. But because they all don't look at the bigger picture. They look at the right now. And that had been the whole problem this entire thing. I'm like, y'all not thinking logically about the bigger picture. You're looking at the right now. And who is bothering me right now? It's like, yeah, he bothering me right now, but I can use him and then we can get rid of them later. But they were looking at the right now. The only person who was trying to look outside of the right now was Kristen, and y'all didn't want to listen to her, and y'all kicked her out. So I'm like, okay then, fine then, fine.
And I have a theory. I have a theory as why the Brawn did not do as well as the Brain this season. I think it goes back to day one of the season. If you go back to day one, the Brains, they got a bus ride. And the Brawn had to run. They had to run alongside that bus. They were gassed out. They spent extra calories. They were at a deficit when the Brain were just sitting pretty.
David,
and that ended their game.
David, you've been holding on to this theory since you saw the intro.
Yep. I complained about it then.
You did. And I'm going to need you to let it go, my guy. I love
It's not
you,
fair.
but
It's not fair.
It's not fair at all. Look, and to add on top of your theory, how come only the Bronze were getting hurt? Did you notice everybody who had to be medevac came from the Bronze tribe? Because they had to run and use those extra calories. Their bones was brittle and they was hurting themselves.
Well, also because we had Terminator Kaylin just sabotaging them.
Oh my god.
Kaylin was the Grim Reaper of the Bronze tribe. Sorry.
See,
He got them all.
Tomorrow, not tomorrow,
No.
next Sunday's challenge, they just suddenly make it physical, and it's like, oh no, Kaylin is the only person without a broken arm. Kaylin wins the season.
Basically.
But let's talk about the draft because unfortunately, Jack,
Yeah.
that's it. You are the first to bite the dust in this one. And Brooke is still,
I
I don't know how Brooke still has AJ and Miles. I don't even know how Miles and
Crazy.
AJ are
I don't
still in
get it.
Mississippi.
I
I don't get
don't
it.
get it.
I don't get
I
it at all.
mean, unfortunately, I don't think with my hand I was ever gonna win the season. Just based on what we had seen, even I could have called this like 2 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, there's a
Ever since
very
Karin
slim
left, yeah.
chance
Yeah, yeah.
that I really had a shot at the win. Kate did amazing though. And I
Phenomenal.
mean, the first of
Phenomenal.
us going out at final 5 is
Mhm.
pretty crazy, all things considered.
Yeah.
So I can only be so mad.
You held on as long as you could, Jack. You did. You did. But
Yeah. But
that's just it.
unfortunately, because of that, I've been permanently removed from the podcast effective immediately, and I must hand in my podcasting. Oh,
That's not
man.
how. That's not how
You
we work
wish.
here. Look, you're stuck here,
Damn
Jack.
it.
Yeah.
Look, unfortunately, it's the reverse. We no reverse that ruling. The first person out the podcast can never leave the
Mhm.
podcast, so you're
It's
stuck.
it's the Hotel of California now.
Damn it.
But that's what it is. What it is. But we're gonna be
It
back here
is what
Sunday.
it
It
is.
is what it is. But we'll be back here Sunday because that's when another episode comes out, and the cat is playing with David. Great. Foster, stop biting him,
No.
please, and thank you.
Yeah, Foster.
I knew it was you. I knew it was you. But yeah, we'll be back Sunday to talk more about this Final Four. We are wrapping this thing up quickly. We're almost done. We're almost done. And I honestly can't wait because this is starting to get on my nerves. So I need to. I
It
need.
can
We
only
gotta
go
wrap
up.
it up at this point. We already know where this is
I
going.
need to. I need to wrap it up at this
I
point.
actually don't. I actually really can't call it.
I have a good feeling that, I mean, based on everything we know, it feels like there's one very obvious winner.
Mm,
I
Out
don't
of
think
the
it's
four,
obvious.
see, I feel like
based
you think
on
it's AJ.
No,
metagame,
no. I think he
no.
think it's Miles. I think he
You
thinks
think
it's
it's
I'm
Miles.
Miles?
like, I'd place money at this point on it being Miles, the person
Okay.
who's been shown so much and been like given this massive underdog edit.
I
It
I
still
only
can
think
makes
see
Caitlyn has a
that.
sense.
good shot.
I do too. I am not counting out
His edit
Caitlyn.
though, it doesn't
It's
make
a good
sense.
edit. Well, I had
It's
a
a
message to
good
you. I don't know if
edit.
you heard it. I don't know if you heard it last week, but I said there's a difference between a good edit and a and a smaller edit.
His edit is too small at this point, though. Like, we got an intro
It's about
pack for him,
quality, not
and then
quantity.
he disappeared.
No, he's always been there. He's always been telling us what he's doing.
That's the charm of Kalen, and that's why I think he can win in the end because he's going to be like, "Look, y'all, I played this game mostly by swimming and getting food. I made sure y'all were fed. I made sure the fire was going. I took care of this camp, and nobody thought that I was a threat until, which was my plan, is to go crazy in the challenges in the end, and I won 6."
And they still didn't vote him off
And
when
they
he was
still didn't vote it
He
out
voted
when
him
he
out.
was when he was vulnerable. You still didn't vote me out. So what does that say? I have a very good social game. My strategy was to do what I did, lay low until I didn't have until I had to no longer lay low, and I did that. And you still wouldn't vote me out. You know why? Because you liked me. You liked me. And then some people feel like I'm a goat. Okay, goat me. But just know every move that you made, I planted that seed way before you start making that move. And you start thinking about it, they be like, oh, oh, he was like, and he can just start giving receipts. Like, see, Logan, when you thought that you were the person that came up with the move to try to get out, uh, who was it at the dinner they wanted to get out? Karen? Was it Karen? Yeah, it was the
yes.
Yes.
Karen plan. And it's like you said at the feast we should get rid of Karen. I had already planned that scene AJ 2 weeks ago. And then AJ started moving that plan along. And then you came behind him and just said the plan that we already said we was gonna do. So really wasn't your plan. It was a plan that was already in motion. way before you started. So I just think I'm not counting Kaylin out at this point. Honestly, and I'm be honest, I'm not gonna count out anybody at this point. It could be anybody's game. I think all four of them have a story to tell. Now it just depends on if the jury believes them or if the jury wants to reward them for their story. Because they all have a
Yeah.
story.
It'd be tough
It's
for
just that they
Zara.
like it. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but she does have a story.
The way that I can see Zara winning is
She
her
should have got
going
with
to the
AJ or
end
Kayla.
and the other person having the jury pissed at them or just completely bungling their speech.
So now she has to go with AJ and Miles.
Yep, that's basically. I think her honest shot is with AJ. Miles, I have a great feeling that he's gonna whip up a killer speech and be like, "Here's why you can get rid of me. Here's this. Here's this. Here's this. Here's this." AJ, I feel like is gonna play almost too cocky and then get caught because they're gonna be like, "Wait, no, you didn't do that. No, I was there for you then." Like, I feel like AJ's accidentally going to leave massive holes for himself where he's going to get blown up by either the jury or the other finalists.
Hmm.
So,
Whatever happens, we're gonna be here to talk about it because that's what we do. And I can't call it, but I am ready for it to wrap it up because baby,
oh, yeah,
we 22 episodes in and I'm tired. So
that's
and
fair.
they're boring now, right now. So let's wrap this up. But I hope they wrap it up in a most entertaining way, the most entertaining way they possibly can. And I think now that it is the four of them, and they have to start cannibalizing themselves now. With what we saw in the previews, with AJ is mad at Miles, and Miles is now like, I have to win in order to stay. I just don't think it's gonna be Miles because every time they say that name, they're not going.
They're not.
So I don't. I wish they would have said Kaylin's name today. So I'm like, Kaylin's staying! Yay! I am not sure anymore, um, but that's it, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. We appreciate you taking the time to check us out. Leave all the comments. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win this thing. Who who, who y'all think? Because honestly, I don't know at this point. I am. It's several people and other reasons why all of them should win. So y'all let us know in the comments below. Who do y'all think should win? Who's going home next? Um, Let us know. What happened to Morgan? Uh, Tell us in the comments. But thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon links, and all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow us there, and you can follow all of us at those same platforms. All those links are down there as well. And if you want to just say hey, say hey. We don't bite. We're fine. And don't forget to get your merch at lanascreations.etsy.com. And we'll see y'all later. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Not
Bye.
the cat.